Hi guys, what's up? Zax here. Today we are here with a preview of the Bahrain Formula 1 test for 2014, and I'm just going to run through some of the main things I think you want to be watching out for in this Bahrain test, because we didn't learn a huge amount from the Jerez test. We learned obviously that the Renault powered cars didn't have the best reliability. We also saw that Ferrari and Mercedes, and to an extent McLaren, all of them putting in quite a lot of laps. So we know that those three cars are looking quite reliable. But you know, as I said, we didn't learn a huge amount because we know the cars are only running maybe at 50%. So we don't really know what their full pace is like. So honestly, in the first Bahrain test, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to learn. But there are a couple of things I do think you want to be watching out for. First off, the Lotus, Maldonado and Grosjean, see how they get on. See whether the extra couple of weeks of time in the factory actually helped them, because actually Red Bull, even though they went to Jerez, would have only done about 14, 15, or like something like 20, not that many laps at all. And they actually went to the test and Lotus didn't, and Lotus aren't that far behind Red Bull in terms of the amount of laps they've turned this year. So maybe that extra couple of weeks in the factory might be a deciding factor for Lotus in the Bahrain test. They might be more reliable than Red Bull, but at the same time they might be less reliable because they haven't actually run their car properly on track. I think they have done a couple of filming days at Jerez, so they got a couple of laps in there. Actually, I don't think they did too badly. Actually, they got quite a few laps in there. But I think honestly Lotus is one of the ones you want to look out for. Obviously we haven't seen, as I'm recording this, we haven't seen their car actually sort of revealed, if you will. We've seen some teaser pictures and some really far distance away pictures, but we haven't seen some really good close-ups of the car, so we'll see that in the next couple of days, I'm sure. Next up, in general, I think you want to be watching out for the Renault powered cars, whether they are turning more laps in than they did in Jerez. Honestly, I think that there was a problem with the Renault's engines in Jerez, and obviously they're going to want to have those fixed. So they have been saying in the news recently that they have got that fixed. They have got the engines made a bit better, or whatever was entirely wrong. I'm not too good with the technical side, but I'm sure some of you guys will leave it in the comment section what exactly was wrong with those Renault engines, which meant they kept breaking down. I didn't really look into it too much. I just saw headlines and all that stuff, but I didn't actually read into those articles. But yeah, so Renault engine cars definitely going to be hoping to turn more laps in Bahrain than they did in Jerez. It was a really bad time for Renault. And in general, I think you want to see maybe the teams like Williams, also Mercedes and McLaren, because they've got those Mercedes engines as well, Force India, and they've all been talking about working together to get the maximum out of the cars. So that's just the thing with Mercedes. I guess they're wanting to obviously help their team, but also help their customer teams. So I think Mercedes, you're going to be watching. Honestly, and I've sort of just cut off in the middle of a sentence there, but honestly, I think Mercedes might have the fastest car this year. Every single year since they took over Brawn in 2009, well, they took over sort of in 2010, if you know what I mean, but they bought it at the end of 2009, and ever since they got into Formula 1, they've progressed each and every year. Last year, we know, they won 3 races, they got a numerous amount of pole positions, so I think this is the next step. I think this year they are going to go for the World Championship if they have mastered these regulations well, which I'm sure they have. Mercedes have a huge amount of money, maybe even more than Ferrari and McLaren. So, this is going to be a good season, guys. I'm really looking forward to the season. So, only a couple of pointers there, not actually really a huge amount, but leave your comments down below. I'm looking forward to reading them, what you're expecting to see at the Bahrain test. I'm not sure whether it's live on Sky Sports. I don't think it is. I only think the second Bahrain test in about 3 or 4 weeks is actually shown live on Sky Sports, but I think there will be Ted's Notebook, I should say, and a couple of other things from the Sky Sports crew. In terms of the BBC's coverage for the UK guys, I don't think there's going to be anything on the TV but there'll definitely be stuff on their website, so definitely check that out if you haven't got Sky Sports. Over on BBC, some really good stuff over there. So yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, I appreciate it. I'll see you in the video tomorrow, and yeah, hopefully enjoying the Bahrain test, which will be coming up later on this week. But thanks for watching, it's been Axe, and I'm out of here. Goodbye.